gonna be doing another book review, and this is a book review I filmed a really long time ago, but I accidentally deleted the footage. So here I am doing it again. I'm hoping I remember the storyline, but let's just get started. So this is kind of a book that the less you know, the better, but I'll set up the basic premise of it. The story is narrated by a girl who lives in the UK. She's writing letters to a guy who's in prison. He's on death row in Texas. And the reason she's doing this is because a year ago, something happened in their life where someone got really hurt and died. And she doesn't really explain in that first letter exactly what happens. You don't find out until the very end. You get bits and pieces of the whole story, but not everything. And she basically says that she feels really guilty because a person died who she really liked. Like, it's kind of a love triangle. She's basically writing to this guy who's on death row because he committed a murder, and she basically feels that maybe he's the only one in this world who can relate to her. So she's dealing with a lot of guilt. A lot of guilt. So the story takes place in current time, but in her letters that she's writing to him, she also explains in bits and pieces what happened, because we don't know who these two guys are. We don't know what relationship she had with each of them, or what relationship they both had with each other, the two guys. So it's interesting, it's sweet, it's extremely sad book, like in a bittersweet way, but even though it has that sadness and kind of a dark premise, it also has a lot of hope towards the end. It's not a perfect book, it's not a perfect ending. It does have a love triangle, and love triangles are kind of irritating. With this one though, it doesn't even feel like a true love triangle, because I feel like her relationships with both of the guys weren't fully developed. For some reason, the book kind of, I don't think, makes you see necessarily exactly why she would like either of those boys a lot. You know what I mean? And you can tell that the author is kind of rooting towards one more than the other. So she'll do things that make it seem like you should root for this guy because this guy just did a terrible thing. And do you know what I mean? When you feel like, I feel like sometimes writers will manipulate the situation in order to make one guy look really bad and the other guy really good. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. But overall, I did enjoy the book. I'd give it 4 stars and a half because it is pretty unique. It is pretty fun. It's told in the way of letters. So she'll be like, dear, whatever the guy on murderer's name is, and then she'll write the letter. But it's really beautiful. I love the ending. Very sad ending, but I still loved it. You know, like sad books, but sometimes even though they're sad, you still love them. I think it's a book you should check out, even if I'm not selling it to you, even if you're watching this and you're like, that does not sound like a book I'd want to read. I think you should still try it because it's only like 230 pages. It's a pretty short book, and it's a pretty different book from things that I would normally read. So yeah, that's my review of Ketchup Clouds. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!